Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey into the world of flea marketing. I think I titled this one, Learning from a Big Sales Day After a Zero Sales Day. It might just be titled Learning from a Big Sales Day if I didn't have room in the title in the thumbnail to put after a zero sales day. It was a big sales day. And I contribute this to the new design I set up. I can attribute this to the fact that I wore my lucky shirt. A history on my lucky shirt. It is a Jujutsu Kaisen anime t-shirt. And when I first started wearing the shirt, I would get compliments wherever I went to. I don't know if the shirt's power was the strongest at that time or now. I put on the shirt after I couldn't find some glasses I had dropped outside in the dark in the rain. I put on the shirt, found them within 5 minutes. Couldn't find my car keys the other day. Put on the shirt, found the car keys. Now, some of you might be saying, maybe this shirt unlocks something mentally within you to give you more confidence. I've thought about that. I don't think so. I think the shirt actually legitimately has powers, but I can't spam it though. I can't wear the shirt all the time whenever I want the powers. I just know that. I think there's a limit to the capabilities of the shirt. I wore that shirt on this day. A day after the day before, I had zero sales, my worst sales day ever. And this was not my best sales day ever, but it was a big sales day. It was big enough to where I bounced back from the entire weekend. And to give you an idea of how lucky I was that day, there was a person that came by and wanted a Connect. And I had a Connect. Okay, maybe that didn't. But you know how rare it is for somebody to come by and ask you straight up, do you have the Connect for 360? Doesn't happen a whole lot. It's more of a obscure thing. I get questions about, hey, do you have the new FIFA? Do you have the newest Mortal Kombat? But, the Connect for 360? Of course I had it and I sold it. Then I sold Connect Adventures with it for $10. But somebody came by and they bought a little mini system from me and they showed me a PS2 game. Obscure game. Medal of Honor Frontline, I believe it was. And they couldn't speak that great of English, but they showed and I said, hold on, I do have that. And I had it. So the rarity of actually one of my 50 or 60 so PS2 games, one of them being Medal of Honor Frontline, such a lucky day. It really was. And I was so happy at how things turned out. But I put my part in there. I had everything looking wonderful. And presentation, I think it's close to 80 to 90%. If you have everything presented well, prices do play a factor. So I'll say presentation, at least 50 to 60% of people coming by is going to be your presentation and how things look. And there should hopefully be a video I remember to put before this showing the presentation. And this is not even the final design. It's not. But I went with something wildly different than the other design, and I think it works. It's a variation of what I had before, but I still have much to improve on. And I keep wanting to improve on this because the more I improve on this, the bigger the business will grow. And when you have setbacks, I learned from this right now. When you have a setback, do not get discouraged. Do not give up. And if I have a zero sales day this Saturday, I'll remember the weekend before. Things always come around, man. And next time, hopefully, I won't need the powers of the lucky shirt. Things will just happen organically. I don't want to lean on the powers of my lucky shirt unless I really, 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 truly, honestly need it. And I just hope some of you have a lucky pair of pants or a lucky shirt or some lucky draws, maybe a lucky watch? Do any of you have any lucky items? Do any of you have any items that you use whenever you want to get lucky? Now, I don't know if I want to go into detail a lot of things from this particular day. I might save that for future flea market stories. There's actually a lot of stories that deviated from this one. But I will say there's something I think I forgot to leave out from the day before. Now, talk about the guy with the PlayStation. He got a PlayStation 4. And this is on the zero sales day. He got a PlayStation 4. He comes by and he got it for $30, right? It was in the box, didn't have controller, had the power wire, but right away that's a red flag. Now, forgive me if I talked about this before. I may have. But I hooked it up, and sure enough, it gave a hard drive error. It didn't work. And I gave him my shocked face, like, what? A $30 PS4 you got at the flea market doesn't work? Huh? What? Instantly, and you don't have to be a psychic to know that a $30 PS4 you get to play a flea market is not going to work. There's going to be something wrong with it. No one just sells a PS4 for $30. They know something's wrong with it. So I try it out, and it's missing the hard drive. I pop it up, missing the hard drive. And I tell them, you could go get a hard drive for it, but what are the odds that there's some error with the system? Maybe it's not reading the hard drive. I don't know PS4s that well, like I do 360s. But, you could put money and go to get a hard drive, and then something's wrong with it. And maybe the reason they took the hard drive out of the PS4 is something was wrong with it. Yeah? I mean, if it doesn't have the controller, then that tells you right away something's up. Why would they sell the controller but not sell the system? Usually things all come together. But he took it back, and he did get his money back. The funny thing is this. And it's that moment you realize someone is incredibly stupid. Or maybe, bless his heart, he just has mental, I won't say mental problems, because, he has his mental faculties and everything. But there's just something missing. Something's off, man. And maybe this is part of the reason he doesn't drive a regular vehicle. He drives a moped and everything. which is probably for the best part. Like that guy's cool. I like the guy. He's all right and everything. But I'm not going to really let him help at the store. Also because I was selling a mini Nest system, one of those 620 deals. And he was trying to help me sell it. He's like, sure, Rick, I'll help you sell it. And they ask about how many games it has, and it's right there in the box, 620. Actually, it has less than that, but still. He shakes his head, like, yeah, over 1,000 games. I'm like, what the The guy doesn't know numbers. I wound up selling anyways, but the guy doesn't know numbers. So he gave the guy 40, and the system was 30. He was like, hey, Rick, I got a question, make sure I didn't get taken for it and everything. So it was 30, and I gave the guy 40, and he gave me 10 back. Is that right? And I was thinking to say, well, you said it, that's right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's starting with a joke, he's not that much of a jokester, pal. I'm waiting for the rest of the sentence. But then it shocks me with horror that he actually meant that. Yeah, buddy. I think you did good. You got your $10 back.